holidays can be a whirlwind for us, but imagine being a new puppy in the middle of it all. Between the decorations, the guests, and the excitement, it's a lot for a furry newcomer to handle. But what if this festive season is actually the perfect time to start training? Today, we'll find out how to help your four-legged family members feel right at home, ensuring your holidays are merry, bright, and well-behaved. Let's welcome Miranda Vianney. She is the president of All Stage Canine Development. Miranda, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
You brought the cuteness today.
I sure did.
Oh my gosh, we've got these adorable puppies from Creme Brulee, and they're bringing the cuteness. So, I mean, people are expecting to get some holiday puppies. So why do you say the holidays can actually be one of the best times to train a puppy like these cuties?
As far as training, you actually get a lot of natural things that you wouldn't have on everyday situations.
Yeah.
So you get family coming over, you have loud sounds and cooking and pots and pans and people watching football and then they're cheering. And so those are some good natural things that you can do for desensitizing.
Yes, I was going to say too, also around the holidays, you've got the lights, you've got the decorations, holiday noise. So what's the safest way to introduce a puppy to kind of all these new environments?
Yes, so you don't want to overload them. So you definitely want to make sure it's actually calm and collective, even though the whole environment is not. It's kind of a lot of controlled chaos, I guess, if you will, but keep them confident. Usually the puppies that you take home are a little bit older than these guys right here, and so sit is usually one of the first things that you teach a dog, and so getting them to sit in a crazy environment is one of the first things that you can do to keep them calm. I would try to avoid a lot of like rough play, so if you have children in the house that tend to be rough, I would definitely make sure it's watched by an adult, and then when there's no adult present, make sure the puppies get their breaks as well.
That's such a good point with kiddos, because sometimes they see these little guys and they think it's a stuffed animal, and it's like, no, it's a real living pet. So making sure there's an adult there supervising. And then many families have lots of guests kind of coming in and out of the house, which I think I'm going to call these little puppies like Mariah Carey, because they're hitting those high notes right now for the holidays.
It's pretty cute.
But what are your top tips for helping puppies stay calm when there's a lot of guests in the home, which they may not be used to?
Yeah, so I would say in small doses, just like before, make sure they actually have their own personalized space, whether it's a room, a kennel, somewhere where they can go and have something to chew on, have some stress relief and decompression, but then still come out and be social with all the different types of people. So you might see, you know, if you have elderly there, you might see walkers or canes, or those are all things that are good things to socialize your dog to as well, but in small controlled doses.
What would you say are some of the, yes, you let it out. What would you say are some of the common mistakes that new puppy owners make, and maybe how they can avoid them?
Well, one I would say is not socializing at all. So just keeping them in a room, social isolation is not necessarily a good thing. These guys like to be social, but when they're learning, you do want it to be controlled, and you want it to be in small doses.
And then when bringing a puppy home, what should that first week of training look like?
Of training is actually going to be a lot of boundary setting. So puppy proofing the house, if it needs to be puppy proofed, you want to make sure that's important. And making sure that you're setting a schedule. So I'd say that first week is boundary setting, schedule setting. So that way they kind of know where things are, and then you can really dig deep into that after that week for like training outside of just your basic sit stuff.
And then are there any red flags or early behaviors owners should watch for that indicate maybe a puppy needs some of that extra structure and care for?
Yeah, I would say keep an eye out. The most common one I would say is like destructiveness, or also like resource guarding. Like if a dog growls when you try to take food away, or you try to take a toy away and they growl at you, that could be some good indicators that we might need to do some extra training as the puppy. I mean, I would start right away.
Right, and why should they come to All Stage Canine Development?
So we do have the ability to start with puppies as early as 9 weeks. So they're not fully vaccinated, but we have properly sanitized rooms. So we can work on the proper socializing skills, the proper communication between the owners, the handlers, and their dog. And it just sets a real good foundation, teaches the puppies how to learn. So that way when it's time to really dig into the obedience, they've got it going.
Okay, all helpful tips, and I gotta say, they're doing so well. These guys are only 5 weeks old.
5 weeks.
We've got Archie over here, and we've got Harry Styles over here, but I think one of them maybe is like a little Mariah Carey at heart. All thanks to our friends from Creme Brulee Golden.
Yes.
So thank you so much for joining us today. We
Yes.
appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, and thank you to these little stars too.
They're very cute.
Yes, I'm going to let our viewers know where they can go for a little bit more information. For more info, visit allstageK9development.com.